Okay, now that you've watched the introduction video and you have viewed over this first page where you see your learning objectives and the overview of tasks to be completed, you are going to go up to the top to your learning resources and click on Monday since today is Monday. I'm going to explain to you what you're going to be doing on Monday and what today's learning is going to look like. So the very thing that you're doing is you're watching this video for an overview of what today's learning is going to look like. You are going to click on this article. This article tells you all about how to choose the right book. Now, when you click on this article, it may give you a message like that. You're going to go ahead to this website. The name of this article is Help Kids to Pick the Right Books. This is by Amy Mascott on the Scholastic website. Now, as you read this, you're going to notice that this is written towards parents in a way. So it's going to give you tips, and you need to think kind of if you were a parent and a student at the same time. So it says purpose. We need kids to consider the purpose for reading. So when you're reading, you need to know the reason that you're reading. Are you reading for fun? Are you trying to learn something? Who's your audience? Are you reading to someone? Are you interested in it? When you're choosing a book, it has to be something that you're interested in. So you're going to read over that section. Comprehend. Can you comprehend the story? Can you understand the story? So you're going to go through that and read that. And do you know the words? A good rule to remember is that if there are 5 or more words that you cannot understand in a book, it is probably too hard for you. So you want to make sure it says 4 to 5 unknown words. Book is too difficult. 4 may be okay, but 5 or more, it's not okay. It's probably too hard for you. If you start reading the first couple of pages and you already see 5 words you don't understand, that book is probably going to be too difficult for you. So I want you to go through and I want you to read this, and you can go down and see some other popular books. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the grades because you know you're in 3rd grade. So some of these books may say kindergarten to 2nd grade, but you may be really interested in the Press Start books, and that's okay. Okay, so keep in mind those things. Now, there are some other rules that you want to keep in mind. If the book is way too easy, then it's probably not a good book for you. It's okay to read it for pleasure, of course, here and there. You also want to remember that you want to pick books that you can understand. You don't want books to be too hard for you. You want to understand most of the words in the books. Okay. When you finish that, you're going to go back here and you're going to complete the activity below with a partner where you interview each other on how to choose the right book. Now, you guys have already learned who your partners are because you've done some of this before. So you and your partner will both work on this Google Doc that looks like this. You're going to interview your classmate with the following questions. Now, you can use the questions that I have there, or you can make up your own questions based on that article that you read. So the first question is going to be, how do you know what book is good for you? And I've written that question there. Partner 1 is going to answer this question. So you know if you're partner 1, you're going to answer this question, and then you're going to ask partner 2 the next question. Remember, with the Google Doc, as long as you're both shared on it, you can both complete those activities, okay, where you're typing back and forth to each other. Now, I also want you to remember that you don't have to use my questions. These are some examples of questions that you can use. You want to ask at least 5 questions need to be asked between the 2 of you, okay? Not 10 total, but at least 5 total. All right, and when you're finished with that, you would turn it in. I did mention that you want to put your initials before each question that you ask, okay, and before each answer that you provide. So that is all that you will do for Monday.